In this video we're going to look at multiplying and dividing negative numbers. Let's go back to basics and just look at positive numbers to begin with. If we had something like 5 times 4, we know that's 20, but we would have built up an understanding from primary school that 5 times 4 means you've got 5 fours, or 5 lots of 4. So you'd have 4 once, twice, 3 times, 4 and 5. So 5 times 4 is a quicker way to write that, and either way you get 5 fours would be 20. So if we look at our first example on multiplying with negative numbers, let's say we had 4 times negative 3. Because it's a negative number, quite often we'll put that negative number in brackets, just to make it clear. So we could think of that just on the right hand side over here. 4 times negative 3 would mean you have 4 negative 3. So you have negative 3, then you have another negative 3, a third one, and a fourth one. Now if you remember from our work with adding and subtracting negative numbers, that would be negative 3. If you add a negative, you're taking it away. If you add a negative, you take it away. If you add a negative, you take it away. So there, when you add a negative number, it means you subtract. So the two signs are together like that. The plus and the minus means you subtract. So 4 times negative 3 means you've got 4 negative 3's, and if you do minus 3, take away another 3, take away another 3, and take away another 3, you get minus 12. And for short then, you can see that 4 times negative 3 is negative 12, e.g. 2. If we had negative 4 times 5, well, negative 4 times 5, we could write that in a different order. You don't have to have the negative 4 first. You could have 5 times negative 4. And that is the same as having negative 4, adding another negative 4, and this time you'd have 5 of these negative 4's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can put them in brackets, but it means the same thing pretty much. But altogether, you've got minus 4, take away another 4, another, and you're taking away 4 5 times. So that will give you negative 20. And hopefully you can see from those two examples that if you multiply a positive number by a negative number, your answer is going to be negative. If you've got something that's negative and you've got more of it, then you're going to have more negative. Okay? Another way to think of it is, let's say the temperature is minus 3 degrees outside, which it probably is, and let's say the temperature gets 4 times bigger. That'll be 4 times cooler in this case. So 4 times negative 3 means the temperature would go down to be negative 12 degrees. So I've just written down there to summarize: a positive number multiplied by a negative number gives a negative answer. If you want to make sure that the left hand side is in your notes, we're going to take the left hand side into your notes. You can ignore the right hand side, it's just for me explaining things. Let's move on now to dividing negative numbers. Remember at the start I would have said to you that 5 times 4 is equal to 20. That multiplication fact could be rearranged to a division fact. If 5 times 4 is 20, it must also be true that 20 divided by 5 must equal 4. If we use another multiplication fact, let's use example 1. It says that 4 times negative 3 is equal to negative 12. If I rearrange that fact, I can say that negative 12 divided by 4 would give you negative 3. So here you can see, let's say you have the temperature is negative 12. If you divide it by 4, it'll get it's 4 times smaller. The temperature would then be negative 3. Or let's say you had negative 12 could be you being in debt, £12. And if you divide it by 4, we share the debt between 4 people, then each person would have a debt of £3 in total. If 4 people have a debt of £3 in total, that's a debt of £12. So our third example then will be using that idea, e.g. 3. If we have, say, negative 18 and we divide it by 3, you would get negative 6. To summarise that, we can say a negative number divided by a positive number gives a negative answer. I just want to finish off then by using those facts in an algebra question. So this is the last question we'll do. You should make sure you've got example 1, 2 and 3 in your notes along with those two statements. And then also example 4, which we're going to go through now. So EG4, if P equals 10Q minus R, find the value of P when, and then part A gives you values for Q and R, and then part B is a different question because it gives you different values of Q and R. So part A, we're trying to find the value of P. The question tells us that P is equal to 10Q minus R. And we've got to find what P is equal to. And we know that Q is minus 4, so we can substitute in the negative 4 for Q. And R is 5, so we can substitute in the 5 there. P equals, now when these two numbers are together, just remember your algebra, 10Q means 10 times Q. So 10 minus 4 means 10 times minus 4, 10 times negative 4. Remember, a positive times a negative number gives you a negative answer. So we get minus 40, and we're taking away the 5. We can drop the bracket there. And if you've got negative 40, if you're on minus 40 in the number line, if you take off another 5, you would end up at minus 45. Part B, this time we're still finding the value of P, but we're told Q is 7 and R is minus 3. So we can write out our formula because that formula tells us how to find P, 10Q minus R, and then we can substitute in Q. It tells us it's 7 and R is negative 3, so we can put the negative 3 in there. Then 10 sevens, remember when they're together that means multiply, so 10 times 7 is 70, and we're going to take away negative 3. If you can remember your negative number rules, if you take away a negative number, it means you add it on. So a negative number will bring down your answer, so if you take that away, it'll bring up the answer, so that's why it's a positive, and you get 73.